front of the old entry. That's to make way for the new footings and new slab for your new entry and staircase. Two big 8x8 posts you see there underneath the roof rafters are supposed to be demoed out. We left them in place as we started to demo the attachments from the posts to the beams. It started to sag more, so we left those in as kind of a temporary shoring of that roof area. Once we get the new structure built, those will come down. Area to the right there used to be brick at the entrance. About half that will be taken up by the new staircase. That comes all the way up to the second floor, so your main entry is going to come out probably an additional 8 feet from where that concrete slab and 8x8 posts are now.
All open.
Yeah, this whole area is open now. Again, becomes your whole new atrium or entry area. So the area on the right, you come up the stairs and you have a catwalk that walks onto the second floor. The area to the left where you had your big picture hanging stays wide open from the first to the second floor. You have a new entrance into your new admin area. And in the area here you see where the old sliding glass door was. That's going to get opened up another 4 feet up to create the entry into, I forget the name of this room, but you've got a room out here in front that goes 2 stories up, so that's will be your main entry.
The regatta room?
No, not the regatta. Regatta's room is in the back.
The regatta room is in the back, that's right.
Yeah. All the siding's been ripped off in preparation for, there's new, obviously new work on the outside. We've got to build up 2 stories out here in the front. Then we got to put some new Den's glass on for fire rating, and then put the siding back on.
Going in the building.
So as you come in here, you can see we've demoed out all the old slab, dug down 11 inches. Experiencing a little bit of groundwater coming in from the outside. The window openings you see there on the far side all get closed in. There's no windows there now. It all becomes new toilets and showers. Old shower room for the men's area has been blown out, including the footing and the walls. Last wall you see there on the south side is a load-bearing wall holding up the bar lounge area. So that's going to get replaced with a new beam that expands that whole direction, and that wall comes out. And then your new slab and all your new bathrooms extend almost out there to the end of the fence. You can see the concrete's removed there.
Down here on the right, the old library, we're mitigating water. We have soil compaction tests being run right now to determine whether we need to go down any further.
Your old fireplace, I got a pile of lumber here now. It's the old siding and trim that we're going to reuse to patch back in along the outside. Fireplace has obviously been removed. We had to patch or infill that area with some new joists and new flooring. So right now it's just temporarily covered. Again, your store will go back in pretty much the same way it was, same doors, just going to frame out the walls to close it off. The entrance off the back side is not changing in any way. We're getting a new door there. Flooring gets retreated. The wall studs you see there is an existing shear wall. We have to do some upgrades to that, but that remains a shear wall, so that stays. Old women's locker room area. So we've come in here and completely gutted this out, taken out all the walls, all the plumbing fixtures. Where the tile was, there was about 6 inches of grout builds up in that area, so we had to take that down, so we got the hard concrete again. So that'll get filled back in with new concrete, flush with the stuff, the hard concrete you see on the left. The wide trench there with the sand at the bottom is opened up for floor monuments for your new library conference room table. So those will feed off to the left there into that open wall stud. That was not a shear wall, it now becomes a shear wall, so I add structural plywood to that. You also get like a flat screen or some sort of a TV monitor and some AV on that wall. Again, some more lumber, just trying to save what we can for what needs to go back up on the outside so we don't have to have too many similar materials. All the windows there in the old regatta room have been taken out. Those get replaced with new windows. The door remains the same. The regatta room, we're not doing a whole lot of work. It gets a new ceiling in here, new lights, new flooring. I think this was the old race room, now it becomes a new sailing staff. So we've opened up the old racing galley. We're switching the sink from what was a left wall now to the right wall. Trench is opened up in order to get the new piping, the new waste line to that relocated sink. Electrical panel location stays the same, gets changed out to a larger, more current panel with more breakers in it, so you got more capacity. Water heater's moving over towards that plywood wall you see there. And that becomes its own little room, and then this becomes a sailing staff room and the racing galley. This was part of your old admin area. This has obviously all been ceiling taken out, wall framing taken down as much as we can. Again, the wall you see here with the plywood is an existing shear wall. The hole in the floor you can see here cut the concrete is for a new footing. It gets a new post that comes up, and this existing shear wall gets replaced with a new PSL beam. So that opens this area up even more. This becomes a new racing room, and then the back side of the elevator equipment room here, just behind that footing, is the racing storage room. All right. Head up. I'll take the ladder, Robert, and we'll take the elevator.
I think the elevator would be fine.
Okay.
Those of you watching the video, we're going to go dark for about a minute and a half. There's no temporary lighting in the elevator. Thanks, Nick.
Mm-hmm. A little mood lighting.
Yeah. I'm not in the mood. So from the last video, it's pretty dramatic what was demoed and what we're getting ready to do. Just an interesting note, we had some serious roof leaks the last time it rained in here, or it rained outside. So we're fortunate to have a new roof in the planning stages. What's on the schedule, Nick?
We're getting a new asphalt shingle roof. It's scheduled to go sometime in March or April.
Okay.
We'll wait till the rainy season dies down. We get probably about 20 days clear weather to do that. So if we can't hit that, we'll just have to do it in pieces and then temporarily protect the ceiling. So bar lounge area doesn't change a whole lot. Again, you're supposed to get new windows in there, new carpeting. Where you see the plywood down here on the ground says stay off is where your old fireplace was. You get a new gas furnace there, just on the second floor. Obviously where the bar was has now been completely removed and gutted out. That gets all new bar, new plumbing, new equipment. The old bar storage is kind of getting broken up. It's going into a smaller room, so you still see the ice machine is still in there. We still have to get that out. But where the ice machine kind of represents where the wall is going to be, where the new equipment. So just this side of the ice machine, you have a new unisex restroom that'll be accessed off of the new stairwell entry area. And then you have a little janitor's closet and ATM machine back there. This area kind of represents what you're going to see when we do all the new construction. It's going to be wide open. You just have 8x8 columns out there, getting an all glass storefront. So you'll have a very open view out to the parking lot area. Ceiling's all been taken out here. This is all getting replaced with what's called a Rulon ceiling. You can look it up on Google. It's called a linear ceiling. So what gives the appearance of like a 2x4s installed, very close proximity together. So that'll be everything to this last large beam bulkhead wall is. That's the end of your T-bar ceiling. And then the great room remains open, ceiling as it is. Took out all the large 8x8 columns here. This is where your new lock cantina door is going to go. This is it's a kind of like a folding partition door, so when you have a nice day like it turns out to be today, you can open that up and get a good circulation of flow and people between the dining area, the great room, and the deck. Deck again is still all boards are removed. Planning on starting to put those 2x8 joists in there in the next week or so. So you'll start to see that coming up next time we have a video. We got a room, you can see the drywall. You may have seen pictures of it, remnants of the last time they did construction. Prior to putting the carpet on the walls, they decided to have a good time and write their names, different slogans on the wall. That drywall is all getting removed, so that will be replaced with new drywall. You'll see that probably in the next video. The old DIY barbecue area has all been taken apart now. It's in preparation. There's a little bit more flooring in here that we have to remove. It's has some ACM material in it, so we've got to go back into containment and catch that. Electrical panel gets replaced, so some framing we got to rework there. Can be kind of in the past has been patched together, so that will get removed and replaced with a larger, more panel again with more capacity. This open that Robert just walked through closes off and becomes the new little storage area off the galley. Your meeting room here pretty much stays the same as it is. You get some new rooms off of it. So again, what used to be the galley storage will be broken up. The framing you see here gets removed and becomes a new storage area, kind of for the meeting area and for the dining room area, for the great room. And this doorway here gets closed off so that you won't have access into it. That'll be strictly galley storage. Again, that plywood and stud wall you see behind it gets blown out to a new door, and that galley storage will extend out. That's now exterior, but we're building that up 2 stories. So flooring's all been removed, flooring's all getting replaced. Back in this area, galley storage is mostly sheet vinyl. I think most of this area goes back to sheet vinyl. I think the meeting area goes back to carpet. This area gets modified a little bit where the old DIY barbecue was. Now turns into the salad bar storage. Little area here, I think it used to be an exhaust hood or like an IT closet area. It gets blown out a little bit more. Used to have like a unisex bathroom there, an IT storage closet. It turns into like the IT closet goes all the way the length of this now, and then you have a little coffee area for the new great room area. Cast iron pipe you see there going up through the ceiling is remnants of the old plumbing downstairs. That racing galley sink was feeding off of this, as well as some other stuff. That goes away.
It'll be called out as an old vent line.
Correct.
Yeah. And let's talk about that.
So this is an old remnants again of a exhaust air shaft. Again, it's got some asbestos connected material on it. It goes up through the roof, so some of that will be removed here in our next phase of abatement, and then some of it will have to happen once we get into the roof work. This area here you see now is again some more drywall here that was kind of unforeseen condition. This has had framing around it and ductwork flues coming up from the boiler, from the hot water heater below. That ductwork all gets rerouted. The framings all have been here removed, so we're going to remove this drywall as well, because it's going to be part of your new exit vestibule out to the stairwell. There's no way we can clean that up and make it look good, so we're going to remove it, put on new drywall, and refinish it so you have a good look in here. Doors, I'll double check. I think those doors stay. I don't think we're doing anything with those doors.
I don't think so either. Okay, Nick, that just about wraps it up. Obviously, I can't ask anybody for questions. Look at the video, and hope you enjoy it. The progress, it's dramatic from the last 2-week video. So you'll hear from Nick and I again in 2 weeks.